Shopify grows with your business no matter how far or big you grow. From the launch your online shop stage to the first real life store stage, all the way to the did we just hit 1 million orders stage? Shopify is there to help you grow. Whether you're selling your fans' next favorite shirt or an exclusive piece of podcast merch, Shopify helps you sell everywhere. From their all-in-one e-commerce platform to their in-person POS system, wherever and whatever you're selling, Shopify's got you covered. Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/income, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/income to grow your business no matter what stage you're in.
This is The Planted Runner. I'm Coach Claire Bartholic. What if I told you there was a way to improve your speed, agility, power, endurance, balance, and coordination in just 3 minutes a day, 3 times a week? And not only that, it would be fun. Most runners are always looking for a way to get stronger and faster. More running is usually the standard way to do it, but there is clearly a limit to how much running you can do with your body and your lifestyle. And that is where plyometrics come in. Plyos are high-velocity movements that generate power, which translates to more speed and stamina on your runs. In other words, jumping. Studies have shown that adding plyos into your weekly routine improves muscle strength and running economy. One study of highly trained athletes showed that after 9 weeks of plyo training 3 times a week, elite runners increased their running economy by 4.1%. Sounds good to me. Does that mean that you have to do 1 million burpees and box jumps to increase your power? Not at all. Let's explore what works best. Welcome to The Planted Runner. I'm Coach Claire Bartholic, and my mission is to help you improve your running, your mindset, and your life with science-backed training and plant-based nutrition. On today's show, we're going to get into the power of plyometrics. You'll learn why just a few minutes of plyos a week are so effective, how to get started, and I'll tell you my favorite way to add plyometrics that's actually fun. All of the runners I coach get plyometrics on their schedule, and you can check out the routine that I've made for free over on YouTube. If you'd like me to create a custom schedule for your next race or goal, including my plyo routine, head to theplantedrunner.com/plans to learn more. That's theplantedrunner.com/plans. Don't forget to stay tuned all the way to the end of the episode for another Mental Strength Minute. Fortify your mind in 60 seconds or less. When you break it down, running is simply hopping from one foot to the other, over and over and over again. You would think that running itself would be enough jumping, and you really don't need to do anything else. But when you add up the considerable amount of force that you're putting on your legs in an event like the marathon, you start to realize that you might need a lot more than running to create powerful legs. Braden Goynerak is the strength coach of Olympic marathoners Connor Mance and Clayton Young. Listen to him explain the massive forces we subject our legs to during the race.
The marathon requires more muscular strength than any other event in track and field. A marathoner maintaining a 5-minute mile pace applies about 3.2 times their body weight per step. For a 150-pound runner, this comes to be 480 pounds of force. At 170 steps per minute, they will take 22,270 steps over the course of the marathon. 480 pounds of force for 22,270 steps equates to a total load of 10.6 million pounds of force and 5.3 million pounds of force per leg.
Of course, the numbers will be different for different weights and speeds, but you get the point. There's a whole lot of force going on. But most runners aren't specifically training with plyometrics, and that means they are not building the strength or running economy that they could be. A study in 2021 revealed that only 35% of runners incorporate plyometric training into their routines. In contrast, 63% of runners engage in resistance training. In my opinion, both of those numbers are way too low because it means that most runners are really missing out. Okay, so how do you get started? Does that mean you go sign up for Orange Theory or a Tabata class or another HIIT-style workout at the gym? Well, not if you're marathon training. Those kinds of workouts are highly aerobic, which sounds great for a runner, but they also tend to be at an intensity level that needs its own recovery time. This will steal your speed and your stamina from your running days, especially if you're trying to build mileage. In other words, those workouts interfere with long-distance training more than they add. You're better off doing a low-intensity jumping workout using single-leg hops as well as lateral movements for a few minutes several times a week, or a little bit longer session, say 10 minutes once or twice a week. Again, I have a 10-minute plyo workout on YouTube that you can follow, and many of my athletes tell me it's deceptively difficult, so don't be afraid to just do half the time on your first few tries. But if you'd like to mix things up a little, I've got another idea for you, and it might be something that you haven't done since grade school. I'll go over that right after a quick break. This September, join me and a small group of runners for an incredible running vacation here in Asheville, North Carolina. We're staying in deluxe riverfront cabins where we can run right out our doors. We'll feast on chef-catered plant-based meals, enjoy classes and coaching, and so much more. To learn all about the cool things we've got planned, go to theplanetrunner.com/retreat. Spaces are very limited, so sign up today. My favorite way to get all my stinky running clothes clean is with Earth Breeze. Earth Breeze Eco Sheet look just like a dryer sheet, but it's ultra concentrated laundry detergent. It eliminates stains and odors while being kind to the planet and your skin. No more ugly, heavy plastic laundry jugs filled with messy blue goo, which we all know is mostly water. Earth Breeze comes in a lightweight cardboard envelope that hardly takes up any space in your laundry room. And they offer flexible subscriptions delivered right to your door for free. If you decide to go back to your old stuff for some reason, you'll get a full refund on your Earth Breeze purchase, no questions asked. My clothes are clean, they smell fresh, and I never have to feel guilty dragging home the big orange jug from the store again. Right now, you can receive 40% off Earth Breeze just by going to earthbreeze.com/plantedrunner. That's earthbreeze.com/plantedrunner to cut out single-use plastic in your laundry room and the landfill. That's 40% off your subscription at earthbreeze.com/plantedrunner.
Sports stars. They're like superheroes.
But they're actually real.
Which is why we've made a podcast about them. You see,
They've all got a story.
but too many of these stories were cut short.
Kobe Bryant,
Payne Stewart,
Flojo,
Phil Hughes.
Justin Fashanu,
We're writing episodes about all of them.
and sadly many more.
Death of a Sports Star, a new series from Crowd Network.
Welcome back to The Planted Runner. I'm Coach Claire Bartholic. A small dose of jumping each week can be the difference between having PR-ready legs or staying stuck at your plateau. And the beauty is that it doesn't need to take much time or be any more complicated than some hops with both feet, hops on each leg, and a few hops from side to side. But if you'd like to take it to another level and maybe even have a little fun, I'd like to share my favorite way to do plyos, and that is jumping rope. Here's why it's so amazing. Jumping rope works all the major running muscles, calves, quads, glutes, as well as your stabilizer muscles, core, shoulders, back, and chest used to turn the rope. It also increases the elasticity of your Achilles tendon, making it a great choice for runners prone to this common injury. When you jump rope, you strengthen your feet, ankles, calves, which all support the tendon. You're training your feet to land properly, avoiding some of the alignment issues that can cause Achilles tendon pain. Another benefit is that jumping rope improves your agility and coordination. It helps develop a steady and regular relationship between your brain, eyes, feet, and hands, effectively teaching them to communicate better and faster. You need to be light on your feet to jump well, just like running. Jumping rope can also improve your rhythm and cadence, which directly translate to running. Cadence, which is measured by strides per minute, can be perfected and worked on while jumping rope. You have to find the right rhythm and cadence to do it well, just like in running. As far as calorie burning, jumping rope is roughly equivalent to running, but there's no way you can keep it up as long. The first thing you need, obviously, is a jump rope. But don't get one of those old school ones that are actually made of rope or covered in plastic rigatoni noodles. You need a speed rope. They cost less than $10. The thin cable is easy to turn fast, so you can spin the rope quickly. Here are a few pointers to getting the hang of it if you haven't jumped since the 4th grade. Keep your arms low on your side and turn the rope with your wrists only, not your whole arms. You want to jump exactly once per rotation and avoid that double bounce thing that a lot of people do when they start. In order to do that, that means you need to spin the rope quickly so that it passes under your feet in time. You'll need to have great posture with your core tight and your shoulders down and back in order to jump rope smoothly, just like running. Be sure that you are landing and taking off on your forefeet. Don't crash down flat-footed or with your heels. Set a timer for 3 minutes, do your best, and then stop when you're done. Once you have the hang of regular jumping, you can start to mix things up. A great routine to start off with is one I borrowed from pro athlete Sarah Brown. She was often sidelined with Achilles injuries, so she and her coach had to come up with ways to get her explosive speed work in without so many risky sprint sessions at the track. Her routine is 10 jumps with both feet, 10 with the left, 10 with the right, and then 20 jumps alternating feet. You can aim for 3 to 5 sets of these, allowing for short rests in between if you need it. The entire thing takes less than 10 minutes and is perfect right after an easy run. When you get bored with that, add some high knees, jacks, front to back, side to sides. Have fun, play with it. There are tons of jump roping videos on YouTube, so I encourage you to look around and see what you can add to make it more interesting. A great tip is to keep your jump rope right next to the front door, and when you get back from an easy run, grab a drink of water and then jump for 3 minutes. Of course, just like running, you can get carried away with too much of a good thing. If you go out too hard too soon with your new toy, you're going to end up hurt, so go easy on it at first. The great thing about giving yourself a 3-minute time frame is that when you're new, you're just not going to be great at it, so it will be nearly impossible to overdo it. The routine I've described is fairly low impact since you're only jumping a few inches off the ground, typically much less than you would running, so you can jump rope several times a week without adding much more stress to your training. But add a heavier rope, throw in some double unders, and you are changing this into a high impact exercise that requires recovery time, so be sure to factor that in. I would say for the most part, runners don't need to go the extra mile with jumping. Save that for the roads. Again, start off slowly, especially if you have an important race coming up soon. In fact, if your race is right around the corner, don't try adding in a new activity now, but consider it for the next cycle. With or without a rope, plyometrics are incredibly powerful. Remarkably, just a few minutes, a few times a week is all it takes to become a stronger, more powerful runner. So jump right in. And now it's time for the Mental Strength Minute. Fortify your mind in 60 seconds or less. Today's topic is don't apologize for your pace. No matter what your ability, all runners think that they are too slow. We want to be faster, and when we are around faster people, we tend to apologize for slowing others down. Embrace your pace, and remember there are people that wish that they could do what you can do. We runners have a lot more in common than we think, and I promise, just like in high school, we are more often thinking about ourselves than we are looking down on others. So no more pace apologies. We are all runners at any speed. Thank you for listening to The Planted Runner, part of the Evergreen Podcast Network. Don't forget that you can win free access to one of my sprint session masterclasses just for writing an Apple Podcast review. So be sure to write yours right after your run today. Reviews are the #1 way to boost this show's reach, and it's a great way to tell me what you'd like to hear next because I read every single one. Have a great run today.
There is no hood like parenthood. When you meet a fellow parent, you just kind of get each other on a whole nother level. Hi, I'm Kanika Chadda Gupta. I'm a former CNN journalist, mom of 3, including twins, and host of That's Total Mom Sense, the podcast. I interview change makers on their life lessons, legacy, and superpower of intuition, aka their mom sense and dad sense. I've had some pretty amazing parents on my show.
Hey, what's up? I'm Kelly Rowland.
Hi, this is Chelsea Clinton. It's me, Bobby Brown. Can't wait to share my story.
Episodes release every Thursday. Subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts and on YouTube. Join my tribe at that'stotalmomsense.com and follow me on Instagram at Kanika Chadda Gupta. I'm thrilled to be on this journey with you.